We've got a good one for you folks. On today's show, safety comes first. We're taking a look at the resources around campus and in your communities that'll help keep you safe. Later on, we'll introduce you to some little miracles and show you how to get your hands behind the wheels of some of your favorite supercars. So keep it here on Studio A. Hello everyone and welcome to our show. I'm your host Keenen Colbert, and joining me around the table is Joseph Chretien, Ashley Robertson, Kirby Johnson, and Meagan Stokes. So, as the saying goes, safety comes first, and it's going to be first on the show. So Ashley, we'll begin with your story of how you went around campus and did a little investigating on the safety stuff on campus. How was that?
Yeah, it just seemed like we were getting a lot of alerts from the UPD. And so I just wanted to know, is this normal, or are we seeing a higher crime rate this fall than we have seen in the past year?
We're about to find out. Let's take a look.
This semester, Texas State students have received 4 alerts from the university, alerting them to an attempted robbery, an attempted assault, and 2 sexual assaults.
If you're walking at night, you want to walk in a safe walking group, which is 3 or more people.
I always walk with a group of people. I never walk by myself, so I feel pretty safe, and it's not that far away.
The UPD offers more than just a police department. There are also other services in place to help students remain safe on campus.
If you can't walk in a safe walking group, we encourage everyone to utilize the Bobcat Bobby Safety Escort Service.
Bobcat Bobbies are available to students from 6:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. on campus. Uniformed escorts are equipped with carts and a radio to contact UPD in case of an emergency.
With people dressing as clowns and they're in the area, it kind of doesn't sit very well with me. So I'm probably a bit more cautious than what I would usually be.
I know about the emergency lights and the Bobcat Bobbies and how to call the police and everything. So I feel pretty good.
Texas State recently began using the Rave Guardian app. The app allows students, faculty, and staff to create a safety profile, submit anonymous tips, call campus safety, and alert friends or family members to notify them that they've made it home safely.
Ashley, I've got to say, I'm really glad that you did such an important and informative story.
Yeah, I really wanted to educate myself on how safe our campus actually is.
So is the amount of crime typical for a fall semester?
The amount of crime that we've had so far this fall is the same as last year, but if we have any more crime events, then it'll surpass that.
How did the people you talked with off camera feel about safety on campus?
They seem to feel pretty safe. A lot of them knew about the Bobcat Bobbies and the security escorts. It was pretty cool to explain to them about the Bobcat Guardian app.
Well, thanks for the story, Ashley. Let's keep the safety theme going and move to Meagan's story. So Meagan, I understand that there was an event in Round Rock where kids and families got to take a glimpse into the day-to-day lives of some of our first responders.
Yes, the name of the event was Public Safety Day. It's been going on for a few years, and there were different departments that were represented, like the Round Rock Fire Department, Police Department, and the SWAT team.
Sounds like a good time. Let's take a look.
Public Safety Day began in Round Rock more than 20 years ago. This annual event gives adults and children alike a closer look at the day in the life of a firefighter, EMT, or police officer.
I'm back, y'all. So every car we go on.
Kids were able to see a demonstration of a vehicle extraction, pet a narcotics dog, and see inside some of the vehicles used by several Round Rock safety departments.
This event is not only designed to bring the community together, but to educate families on what our first responders do.
Today's event is to start the foundation with the young kids in our community, to let them know that we are just another individual in the community that they can use as a resource if something happens or they need help.
Fire Lieutenant Manny Bruner says many young children are actually afraid of firefighters. He hopes an event like this sends the message that his department is there to help.
And so we want to educate these children, what to do, and that we're their buddies, and if you see a fireman, if anything, go towards the fireman, embrace that fireman. He's there and we're there to help you.
These everyday heroes say they enjoy meeting the people they help and will continue to build relationships with those they serve for years to come.
Looked to me like it was a pretty good time. I could tell that the people that were in attendance were really learning something.
Yeah, especially during that vehicle extraction, the whole crowd was really involved and they were really enthusiastic.
It seemed like this event was geared more towards parents. How did children react to this?
Children, you would think that they would be afraid of those kinds of things, but with those big fire trucks and SWAT trucks, they looked really comfortable seeing something totally new. They're really excited.
What was the most interesting thing you found out there?
The most interesting thing was probably the narcotics dog that they had people pet. I found out that it's not only used for drugs, but it can also help find missing people, like children and senior citizens.
Well, thanks for the story, Meagan. Up next, we're taking a closer look at homecoming and the experience that comes with it. Also, for those of you who like to lead from the front, we'll show you where to go to distinguish yourselves amongst your peers.
This is hydrocodone. Take 1 a day. Don't take it with any alcohol.
Looking for intervention, prevention, or treatment for drug and alcohol abuse, contact the Hayes Caldwell Council.
Welcome back, everyone. As we all know, homecoming is right around the corner. Kirby, you got a chance to get a little insight on the whole experience that comes with it.
Yeah, so homecoming here at Texas State is a really exciting time, as we know, and homecoming court is what really makes our university unique. Texas State is one of few universities that still do homecoming court, and so I really just wanted to take a look at the process of being a part of that.
I'm excited already. Let's take a look.
Homecoming at Texas State is a time where Bobcats celebrate their true pride and spirit. The Homecoming Talent Show, Carnival, and Spirit Rally are just a few events that take place to unite the campus during this time. Texas State senior Brianna Gordon hopes to become the face of pride and spirit by running for Homecoming Queen.
And while there can only be one winner, being crowned means more than roses and a tiara for this Bobcat.
I want to run for Homecoming Queen to just inspire people to be themselves, to be their own kind of beautiful, and to make the most of their time here at Texas State University.
Homecoming court is a tradition Texas State has kept alive for years to showcase the student leaders here on campus.
It's just really great for them to feel appreciated, and the whole university gets to see them at halftime, and that's a really great feeling.
Gordon prepared by creating a social media presence and campaign to explain to the campus why she deserves the crown.
So even if I weren't to win, it's still great to have people who have been there to encourage me and help support, and it's just all a part of the college experience.
Whether Gordon gets the support she wants, we'll find out this weekend. All the votes are in, and the winner will be crowned at halftime of the football game against Louisiana Lafayette.
Looks to me like Brianna put a lot of effort into winning this year.
No, she really did. She put about a month of planning into this whole process, and it all paid off at the Homecoming Talent Show. She was announced top 4, so she will be on the football field on Saturday during halftime, hoping to take home that crown.
What was the best part of shooting that story?
The best part of shooting the story was just really getting to know what homecoming court meant to these students. You know, it's more than just a sash and a crown. It's really being recognized for their accomplishments and their leadership and involvement here on campus.
What's your favorite part of homecoming?
My favorite part of homecoming is tailgate. I feel like it's just that one thing that really makes your college experience. It's a great time. You get to hang with friends, alumni, and it's what really gets you pumped before a football game.
Well, thanks for the story, Kirby. Being elected for homecoming is one way to definitely stand out amongst your peers. But there is another way. Studio A's Dyhanara Rios found out some students are distinguishing themselves in leadership roles here on campus.
The Leadership Institute at Texas State offers resources and programs to build student leaders on campus. It began 6 years ago under the Dean of Students office.
It's grown from there to programming that covers students from all areas of their leadership journey. So for people that are just getting started, whether they're incoming freshmen or they may be a junior, to those who have been in leadership roles and are looking for that next level experience.
The Medal of Hope program allows student leaders to be recognized for their leadership development in the community.
It just shows my growth of where I became when I first got here. I'm a first generation student, so it was like coming here, it's a whole new world for me, you know, and I get very emotional because it's like a big development from where I started to where I am now.
The Dean of Students says the Medal of Hope is not just an end goal for student leaders.
And when you graduate, you're leaving this university with a desire not only to excel professionally, but also knowing that when you reach that success, you always remember to serve the communities you live.
For more information on the Medal of Hope requirements, the Leadership Institute is located on the 4th floor of the LBJ Student Center.
Thanks for the story, Di. Miracles don't always fall from the sky, and you don't always have to be rich to enjoy the finer things in life. We'll bring you those stories coming up next after the break.
The LBJ Student Center is home to many different things, but on the 4th floor resides Texas State University's own Get Involved at LBJ Student Center. Here, students can find various information on different organizations on campus. The goal of Get Involved at LBJ Student Center is to contribute to meaningful experiences by engaging Bobcats in student organizations, service to the community, and participation in programs.
With our organizations, with volunteering, with everything that we have that students can get involved with, it creates the full college experience so that when you look back in a couple years, you're like, I did so much more than went to class. I made friends, I made connections, I networked, I became a leader, and it helped me with getting to where I am today.
There are over 300 registered student organizations here at Texas State University, and the number continues to grow. With so many, there are opportunities for any student to get involved. For more information on the office and how you can get involved at LBJ Student Center, visit the Get Involved website or visit the front desk on the 4th floor of the LBJ Student Center.
Welcome back. Premature babies make up 1 out of every 9 births in the U.S. It's truly an uphill battle for these babies to survive, but with the help of friends and family, most of them make it through. I was fortunate enough to cover the story for a NICU reunion and graduation. They're the children of miracles, celebrating another day of life with friends and family. These miracle babies have triumphed over being born prematurely, sick, or in many cases, even both. Today, they're celebrating their now happy and normal lives with their families, doctors, and nurses at St. David's Hospital.
Everyone who had a hand in making that baby's experience the best possible experience it could be is here today to see our babies.
The fun and games may have been for the children, but the reunion was meant for all. Child IDs were made for the parents, and families were reunited with the medical staff that helped pull them through. These are the very doors where miracle babies leave NICU in the arms of their families for the very first time.
Rolling out of the hospital with King, knowing that he's going to have his first breath and fresh air was everything.
What to expect when you're expecting, and all these kinds of books that you have pertain to a term newborn. Nobody prepares you for a premature baby.
Life, health, and unity were celebrated at this reunion, and today was proof that not only do miracles come true, but sometimes they walk among us.
Thank you.
Keenen, what was it like being around all of those little miracles?
I've got to say, it was phenomenal to be around so many individuals that's gone through so much at such an early age. It was miraculous, and the friends and the families and the staff and all the love and support that I saw while I was there, it was unlike anything I've ever experienced.
It sounded like King had a wonderful backstory. Can you tell us a little bit more about him?
Absolutely. So King was Roxanne's son, the woman in the interview, and King was born 5 months prematurely. And I mean, I'm not a parent, but I can only imagine the kind of fears that a parent will go through once they have a premature baby. There's a lot of fears that go into that. But with the help of social media, Roxanne connected with all of her friends and all of her families, and they all showed King so much support through social media and like throughout her life, and it felt like they were all going through that journey together. So King's like alive and well and happy today, and he's at home with his family more than likely right now. So let's move on to the next topic. We're going to close our show in the fast lane. This weekend, Austin's Formula One racing was in town, and Joseph, I understand that you covered that story. What was that like?
Absolutely. So Extreme Experience is a company that basically travels the country, brings their fleet of supercars around, and lets you get behind the wheel. So I was able to hop behind the wheel.
Sounds like a cool story to me. Let's take a look.
Those with a need for speed in Central Texas can fulfill that urge with the experience of a lifetime that isn't exclusive to millionaires anymore. The Extreme Experience was in Austin, allowing anyone with a license and money to spare to take a few laps in the $1 million sports car of their dreams.
We want to be able to let them feel what it's like to push a Ferrari down a track or a straightaway. So that was important to us, to check these bucket list items off for people and really get them the experience of a lifetime.
Extreme Experience is a company based out of New Orleans that travels the country and allows the average person to drive their dream car. The Extreme Experience starts with an hour-long training session on the do's and don'ts of driving each supercar. Following that, drivers sign a waiver and then they get to hop in their preferred supercar.
I'm 13, but I'm trying to choose between 3 cars. The Ferrari F430, I think that's what it's called, the McLaren, or the Lamborghini Huracan.
The starting price to drive a supercar is $219. The track and waiting lines were filled with people of all ages and backgrounds ready to hop behind the wheel of their dream car. Extreme Experience is done in Austin for now, but the ride of your dreams will be back in town in January.
That looks like a great way to check something off your bucket list for anybody with the need for speed, man.
Absolutely, it definitely was. You know, I got to hop behind the McLaren. It was an awesome experience. We got to hit about 180 miles per hour on straightaways and around 2 Gs on those curves. So it was definitely an extreme experience.
How did you find out about the Extreme Experience?
I was doing a little personal research to try to find how to rent supercars, just like the McLaren, just like Ferraris, for a personal project, and I found that they were incredibly expensive. So Extreme Experience gives you the opportunity for 0.1% of the total cost of the car. So that's their motto.
What was the most popular car you saw there?
The most popular car was the McLaren. That was the one that I was able to hop behind. 0 to 60 in, I believe, 2.8 seconds. So it was definitely awesome.
Sounds like a good time to me. Thanks for the story, Joseph. Well, that's all our time for today's show. We'd like to invite you all to join us again on next show, that's airing November 4th. I would like to thank our reporters today, Joseph Chretien, Ashley Robertson, Kirby Johnson, and Meagan Stokes. I'm your host, Keenen Colbert, and we'll see you next time on Studio A.